So each evening as sun sets, we get a natural, colorful light show. When we rotate out of the light, the atmosphere above us is no longer illuminated. We see through to the stars above. All we know about these stars, we have learned from looking. They are too far away to touch. Humanity's most distant spacecraft, Voyager 1, was launched over 40 years ago. Yet it has only just exited our solar system. Speeding at over 17,000 kilometers per hour, Voyager would have to travel tens of thousands of years to reach another star. Let's survey our night sky. We'll see how the ancients viewed these stars, and we'll find secrets uncovered with modern science. We start with a clear spring evening. To orient ourselves, we find a prominent pattern of stars called the Big Dipper. Extending a line using the two stars farthest from the handle, we identify the star Polaris. This is also called the North Star because we can reliably use it to identify the directions north, south, east, and west. The Big Dipper itself is part of a constellation known as Ursa Major. To the ancient Greeks, this is a large bear with a curiously long tail. The tail was said to have been stretched out when the god Zeus caught a bear by its tail and dragged her up into the sky. This constellation taught us an astonishing lesson about our universe in 1995 when the Hubble Space Telescope spent 10 days staring at this tiny area of the sky. The result was the deepest look into the universe at that time. Astronomers were amazed to find over 3,000 galaxies. Some of the galaxies are estimated to be 12 billion light years away, and the information in this image led to a better understanding of the universe. Hundreds of years before the Hubble Space Telescope, astronomers didn't know other galaxies existed. 18th century astronomers found fuzzy, nebulous objects that they assumed were part of our Milky Way. But now we know that some of their discoveries are galaxies with billions of stars of their own. In 1781, Pierre Michon discovered the Sombrero Galaxy. This is regarded as one of the most beautiful galaxies to observe in a backyard telescope. The Sombrero's name comes from its dramatic dark dust lane, which is one of the primary star-forming regions of this galaxy. Though it is just 1/3 the size of our Milky Way, the Sombrero is the brightest nearby galaxy in the universe. To identify stars and constellations in this part of the sky, use the tail of the bear, which is also the handle of the Big Dipper. Hopping from one star to another is a common way to find stars and constellations when stargazing. Extending the curve of the bear's tail, we arc to Arcturus, spike to Spica, and run to Regulus. These are the brightest stars in 3 constellations. Guwahati the herdsman watches the Great Bear. The goddess Virgo holds a grain of wheat as a symbol of the harvest. And these stars form Leo. Archaeological evidence suggests many cultures imagined a powerful lion here for over 6,000 years. Throughout the year, our view of the stars changes. The change is difficult to notice day to day and week to week, but each evening after dark, the herdsman, the goddess, the lion, and the bear march a little farther across the sky. By summer, new constellations have come into view. The eastern sky now has 3 prominent stars that form the summer triangle: Deneb, Altair, and Vega. The brightest star, Vega, marks the constellation Lyra the Lyre. This musical instrument is often pictured on ancient star maps being carried by an eagle. In mythology, this is the instrument played by Orpheus, who was said to make such beautiful music that even rocks and trees were soothed. Astronomer Charles Messier was searching for comets in 1779 when he discovered a new nebulosity. He called it M57 and added it to his growing list of nebulae and star clusters. Even though Messier was a comet hunter, he is most famous today for his list of 110 things that are not comets. M57 is also known as the Ring Nebula because of its distinct shape. This is not a galaxy. Instead, we see expanding layers of a dying star. Not all stars go out with a bang. Stars like our Sun eventually give up ghostly outer layers that are ionized by exposed stellar cores. No matter how a star ends, it can be a mesmerizing sight. Several prominent constellations are found in the southern sky each summer. When looking to the south, search for a large fishhook of stars. This forms the body of the constellation Scorpius. The heart of the Scorpion is marked by a bright red-orange star. Not visible from the north, the famous Southern Cross, Crux, is below the Scorpion. Crux has two pointer stars of its own, and it is tucked under the constellation Centaurus, a creature that is half man, half horse. To the left of the Scorpion is a collection of stars in the shape of a teapot. This is part of the constellation Sagittarius, the Archer. Sagittarius appears to aim an arrow at the Scorpion, but by wonderful coincidence, he points to something even more incredible, the center of our galaxy. A great band of hazy light stretches across the sky. It is called the Milky Way because of an ancient story that says milk was spilled when Heracles, the infant child of the Greek god Zeus, was fed by the goddess Hera. The ancient Greek philosopher Democritus thought the Milky Way was made of stars almost too faint to see. But proof of this idea came over 2,000 years later. Galileo looked through one of the first telescopes ever invented, and he saw that it is, indeed, made of stars. Eventually, summer makes way for autumn. In the south is a sea of fainter stars. Several constellations are related to water and aquatic creatures. The brightest star in this region marks the mouth of a fish. Observers below 25 degrees latitude can view the shining star Achernar. The 10th brightest star in the night sky, Achernar can be used as a guidepost to find fainter stars that form the constellation Tucana. Since these stars could not be seen from ancient Greece, the Greeks didn't create this constellation or mythology for these stars. The constellation of the Toucan, a South American bird, was placed here in the late 16th century by astronomer Plancius. Low in the southern sky, this constellation was the target for a second long look by the Hubble Space Telescope. The observing plan was nearly identical to the 10-day study of the Great Bear in the north. Here in Tucana, as the Hubble Space Telescope stared into this area of the sky, a key astronomical idea was tested. The cosmological principle says that at large enough scales, the universe should look the same in any direction. Astronomers were anxious to know if they would find thousands more ancient galaxies in this direction. They did. The Hubble Deep Field South contains thousands of galaxies very much like the original groundbreaking Hubble Deep Field image. Prominent stars of autumn can be found. Queen, who compared her beauty and that of her daughter Andromeda to the sea nymphs. This angered Poseidon, god of the sea and waters. Poseidon gave Cassiopeia a harsh punishment, requiring her to chain her daughter to the rocks as a sacrifice to the sea monster, who killed the Medusa and caused the birth of Pegasus, found Andromeda and saved her. Perseus holds in his hand the head of the Gorgon Medusa. Ancients regarded this star, Algol, as an evil eye in the sky. The brightness of this star changes every few days, making the star appear to blink. We'll find out later what modern astronomy tells us about this odd autumn sight. Meanwhile, months pass. Belt is a visible nebula at the hilt of his sword. Extending Orion's belt toward the eastern horizon points to the brightest star in the evening sky, Sirius. This dog star belongs to Orion's hunting dog, Canis Major. Extending Orion's belt in the other direction takes your eye to the bright star Aldebaran and the group of stars known as the Pleiades. The orange star Aldebaran marks the eye of Taurus the bull. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, rest on the bull's shoulder as he engages Orion in epic battle. Taurus may be the oldest constellation in our show. The association of a bull with these stars may go back to the Upper Paleolithic age, 10,000 years ago. Motion easily. Some ancients interpreted the ability to move as a special power and associated the wandering stars with gods and goddesses. Today, we know it is the path the sun appears to take through our sky each year. Planets stay near the ecliptic in constellations. Ancient astronomers were excellent observers of subtle changes in the sky. They were rather clever to figure out the sun and planets were near, even during the day. Next, we'll travel into space and take a closer look at 4 modern wonders for each of our seasons in the sky. From space, we can further shift between the ecliptic and our solar system. When we look towards Saturn from Earth, we see Saturn in a constellation of the zodiac. Leaving Earth and our companion moon, we must travel over 1 billion kilometers to reach the planet. Saturn is a magnificent gas giant planet. Its bright ring system, filled with icy debris that readily reflects sunlight, puzzled early astronomers and even today remains a subject worthy of scientific research and exploration. Smaller than your fist, but the sheer number make them seem solid when viewed from a distance. Just as the Milky Way is really many stars that our eyes cannot resolve, Saturn's rings are individual particles see that it is in another zodiacal constellation. Though there are 88 different constellations in the sky, whatever planet in the other planets will always appear in the zodiac. This is due to our flattened solar system. All the major planets orbit the sun in a neat, flat disk. As it turns out, many other stars in the sky have their own planetary systems. The star 61 Virginis is seen from Earth in the springtime in the constellation Virgo. It's bright enough to be seen with the naked eye, 2009. The closest planet is larger than Earth, but extremely hot due to its proximity to this star. Compared to our solar system, this planet is 8 times closer than Mercury is to our sun. The second planet in this system is also close to its star, and its mass suggests that it may be more like a gas giant planet, perhaps the size of Neptune. Other solar systems may find themselves at a distance that could be conducive to liquid water and other requirements to life as we know it. We saw from Earth a star that appeared to early answer an evil eye blinking in the sky. The star, Algol, is not simply one star, but a binary system. 2 stars of different temperatures and brightnesses orbit each other. From Earth, our eyes can see the change in overall brightness as the stars move in front of each other. This astronomical mystery hid in plain sight for thousands of years. Eventually, in Earth's winter sky is the mighty hunter Orion. Within his boundaries is the Great Orion Nebula. Today, we know this to be a stellar nursery in a gigantic interstellar cloud of gas. Toward the center of the Great Nebula is a trapezium of four relatively young stars. And with closer investigation, astronomers have found numerous new planetary systems just starting to form. One modern cannot be viewed directly. Our ancestors had no lore about black holes because they are entirely modern discoveries. Today, we know that some massive stars end their lives in catastrophic collapses to such a compact state that its gravity can change the direction of light itself behind the black hole. These characteristic effects alert us to the presence of one of astronomy reveals a disk of matter swirling around the black hole. The presence of an accretion disk is how we usually find stellar black holes. The superheated material emits X-rays as it orbits a force too powerful to ever escape. We've come a long way from our primitive human observation of the sky. But like our ancestors, we continue to ask questions. Yet it seems we are still in our springtime of understanding the universe. Many mysteries remain unsolved, and it seems certain we haven't yet asked all the questions. Enjoy with quiet wonder each season of the sky. The constellations reappear each year to remind us of our past, while fresh discoveries keep us wondering, what new understanding?